was to keep her mindset in the right place. And I think that throughout our days, throughout our lives, there's going to be events that happen to us where we have to keep our mind strong and in the right place. And I tell you what, it'll develop that brain muscle because you're going to get better and better at it if you just keep your head in the right place. So if you want to achieve extraordinary results, there's 3 things you need to do. One is confront the brutal facts. You need to ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, how did I get here? What decisions did I make that led me to this place? And take responsibility for it. You know, that word, responsibility, I want you to think about that for just a second. Break it down. Response, ability. It's your ability to respond to something. And I think that that's a really good way to look at it. Analyze those choices that you've made over the years. Secondly, you're going to make new decisions. And think about, what decisions can I make to change the outcome? If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. I know you guys have probably heard that before. It's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. So, I mean, if you feel like a hamster in a wheel, jump out. Get out the wheel. And just think of making new decisions as making new goals. And you want to make your goals achievable. You know, you might say, I want to be a senior director. Right? You got your cape on, you're all strong. But you got to think about backwards. What do you need to do to get there? Right? Because you can't just think, oh, senior director. I mean, Melaleuca's made it great for you guys. Director through Director 9, y'all got a lot of great celebrating to do between here and there, right? Focus on each step. Know where you need to be next. You guys that are a director, what's your volume need to be at Director 2? 1,000. That's about 20 customers if you have an average 50 product line average. Know what your organizational volume needs to be for Director 3 and how many directors you need to have. And then the same thing for 4 and 5. Each little step ahead, just know where you're going. Know where you're at and focus on what you need to do, but know where you're going. Just know that one little step ahead. And then don't let yourself get stuck in a rut. Stick to your convictions, but be flexible. Tom Robbins says, stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. I know for me, this business has developed me because I've allowed it to. 9 years ago, I wouldn't have stood in front of you people. I would have been like, oh, no, I'm not. No, you go do it. I mean, the first time she asked me to do this training 6 months ago, these meetings were new.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and now she's doing.
Because I've been behind the phone, behind the computer for 9 years. Now, I don't mind being in front of people. I love people. But that was never my comfort zone. I wasn't born and raised. I mean, I wasn't born that way. Of course, I wear this little bracelet that says Born to Lead because I try and trick my brain every single day. But the business has developed me as a person. Just as much as I've developed my income, I have developed as a person, which has been great. Seek those who support you and surround yourself with those people. Have somebody hold you accountable to whatever goal you have. You don't want the people surrounding you that look at you like you have 3 heads. You really want the people around you that are cheering you on, right? That are excited for you and that want the same goal for you. Leadership is enhanced when you can empathize with others. Our team calls it being a chameleon. So if you're sitting across the table with some sweet little southern girl who has a little accent and she is so tender and she's a big marshmallow, right? You're not going to come at her like real strong with a strong voice and talk at her. I mean, you're going to sit with her and you're going to talk with her. And you're going to make her feel loved and warm and welcome, right? Or if you're talking to some big New Yorker guy, you're not going to be like, oh, honey. You might kind of match him at his level and talk about what Melaleuca is and give him all the strong points. You got to be a chameleon sometimes and match people's personality. That doesn't mean change who you are. I'm sappy, sweet marshmallow, but I also know how to change my tone of voice, Make deliberate choices. Don't let life happen to you. Make things happen. And new beginnings begin with a new choice. It's you that have to make that choice. And I know with this business, we have to make that choice on a daily basis, don't we? Every single day we get up, we have to say, okay, today I'm going to do whatever it needs to take, whatever it takes, whatever it needs to move my business forward. And not let time pass, because 1 day becomes 2, 2 days become 5, 5 days become a month, 1 month becomes a quarter, and that will happen. You will let that happen to you. It will happen to you. So don't let that happen. Okay, so number 3 is take massive action. A real decision requires action. If you've taken no action, then you've not made a decision. Act on your decisions and take responsibility for them. Believe in yourself and what you're doing. I think if we put the people that we're talking to before ourselves, then that's when we're going to have success. I remember I used to let myself get in the way of myself a lot because I make decisions for people or interpret what they're going to hear, make a decision for them, and that's not